lived up to the intensity that we thought it would be, because it was a smash-mouth, get-after-it football game.
Well, we knew it was going to be a very physical game, Barry. We talked about that, playing 3 physical games in a row, and what a great venue to play in. I told Rob before the game, I said it's a great place to play a home game.
So the Tigers did return home to Hale Stadium. They call it the Hole, about 15,000 fans there. It was a big game for Austin Peay, coming off those 2 FBS losses. Sergeant York Trophy game, OVC opener, and your team played well, played hard, but man, I just keep getting back to it. That was as physical a game as I've seen in a long time.
It was very physical. We left a lot of opportunities on the field, and we didn't play very disciplined, Barry. I mean, that's one of the things that we've got to do. We've got to execute and play disciplined football, and we didn't do that on Saturday.
Tennessee State, they did get the win. The final count was 34-14. Austin Peay playing well, and if one thing we found out in the game, neither team could really run on one another in that one, but you open up the passing game. That was Jake had his best passing day so far. Devin Stark had a career day.
He did, and you know, we go back and look at the film. There were some things that we had opportunities to do, and some guys, didn't make some catches, and Jake, missed a couple opportunities, but he made a lot of opportunities happen. And if we can continue to do that, and the protection I thought was pretty good. If we can continue to do that down the road, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, and also it was Travis Ward, one of the outstanding runners in the OVC. Austin Peay's defense did a great job. You got off the field a couple of times as well, made some 4th down stops. You had the opportunities, and I think that's what's probably so frustrating when you look back at it, because you had chances in that game.
We did. We had some opportunities and chances to do some things in the first half and in the second half. I want to give Rod and all the credit for their team. They came out and scored 25 points in the second half, and we didn't score any. So that's what this game usually boiled down to, and that's what it boiled down to again this week.
So Austin Peay, Tennessee State, we've got highlights we'll take a look at. We'll also get you ready to go for the home opener. 6 o'clock coming up this Saturday at Gov Stadium as Tennessee Martin, the Skyhawks, will come in. This will be their first conference game as they come in at 2-1 on the year. We'll have a preview of that one a little bit later on in the show. As usual, we'll have our Hall of Fame segment coming up. This week we will highlight a former Lady Gov basketball player, Ashley Haynes, a recent inductee into the Austin Peay Athletics Hall of Fame. So we got a big show coming up, a lot of big-time highlights. There's a catch by Devin Stark, a touchdown catch you've got to see coming up, one-handed grab. We'll show you in just a moment. So we'll get to our first time out. We've got a lot more coming up this week, so stay right here on Gov's Insider.
Psychiatric Consultants of Tennessee, providing the Fort Campbell, Clarksville area with comprehensive, compassionate, and professional care. We provide medication management and counseling for all ages. At Psychiatric Consultants, most major insurance is accepted, including Medicare, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and TRICARE. Psychiatric Consultants of Tennessee. Call 931-221-9990.
You can only learn so much from listening to lecture. That's why our professors invite students to work with them outside the classroom. From finding solutions to biofuel problems that limit green energy potential, to developing a mobile app that lets first responders use cell phones to document the damage of disasters, to curating art shows with world-class creatives who share their New York know-how in the classroom and in the Big Apple. Our students enjoy the kinds of opportunities here that lead to more opportunities out there. Austin Peay State University.
One of the things that I really like to do is when people come in and they're looking for a particular product, we can take fabric and put it on a certain frame and do a custom look. Our sales staff is all very well educated in helping you put certain fabrics on certain frames. I really enjoy this. I like to work with people that kind of think outside of the box. Please come by Herb Hayes Furniture, 2519 Fort Campbell Boulevard, or Hopkinsville.
Was your budget ready for the rising gas prices? Was your car fuel efficient? Don't let unpredictable utility rates catch you off guard. Gas and electric rates have increased over 25% in the last 5 years. Will you be ready for the next increase?
Dawson Heating and Cooling knows energy prices are unpredictable. Count on Lennox products from Dawson and save. Dawson, where quality matters since 1972. Get up to $13.75 in rebates or special financing.
And welcome back to Gov's Insider. Austin Peay, Tennessee State renewing their rivalry to the Music City this past Saturday at the Hale Stadium. First game there since 1998. We want to take a look at some of the highlights, Coach. Let's go ahead and get into it from the first half in this ball game. As a lot of big plays in that first half.
There were a lot of big plays, Barry, and you know, like you said, we left some opportunities on the field.
Here's a big play early. Wesley Kitts, everybody thinks he's down. Whistle doesn't blow. He goes 44 yards.
He does. He does a great job of keeping his balance. Kinds of get lost in the line of scrimmage, and if you watch it, everybody just kind of stopped and quit running.
You have 2 straight 3-and-outs defensively. Big play by Antoine Majors here.
Antoine Majors, big play, big tackle, stops us from getting a first down.
We see the scoreboard to kind of keep you up to date where we're at. Big play here. Roughing the kicker, they run into Ben Campbell. You get the ball back.
We get the ball back. Gives us field position plays a big part in this game, and that was a big play for us.
Still early in the game, so after the roughing the kicker, here's Terrence Oliver with a nice run. He goes 18 yards.
Terrence does a great job. Has filled in really good at running back and done some nice things.
So you're getting here late in the first quarter, and this is a great throw and an incredible catch by Devin Stark.
It was a check at the line of scrimmage. He just saw the coverage and threw it up in the air like we supposed to do, and Devin made a great catch.
Oh, he did. Just a phenomenal grab and Stansel's PAT. So you go up at this point 7-0 after, you know, that switch of field position. You're looking good, and you come back with TSU's Jamin Godfrey. He's going to get a long field goal. We see the kickers play a big role in this one.
They do. They always do. They have in the last 6 years or 5 years since we've been here. So they play a big role.
Here's Michael German. You did a great job, as we mentioned, of containing Travis Ward. They go to the air. Travis James scores. So then TSU will take the lead. You know, this drives coaches crazy, I know, but the PAT is missed.
He missed it. He just was wide left, and you know, thank goodness it was him and not ours.
So at 9-7 at that point, Wesley Kitts here again. Not much running room, but he gets 12 on this one.
He did. We kind of opened it up on third down, let him find his lanes, and go from there.
Jake Ryan, his best passing day so far on the year, and Devin Stark had just a phenomenal day. Here's a 26-yard strike.
Yeah, it's just a little choice route we run, and Devin's so strong he can break a tackle and make a big play out of it.
Now you're deep in that red zone. You go back to Stark for the 8-yard touchdown.
He did. Saw it, got it in the crease, and beat man coverage.
3:32 here in that first half. Stansel able to bang home the PAT. At this point, you're up 14-9.
Yeah, things are going good, and as many things has happened, we still missed some opportunities in the first half to be up.
This is kind of the game in a nutshell. We're showing this kickoff. It's a phenomenal hit by Jonathan Schuler, but there's penalty flags, it seemed like, on every big play.
There was, and you know, we didn't play very disciplined football, those sort of things.
Here's a huge play by your defense. You get the sack and force them to a 4th down field goal.
And we missed a fumble there earlier, you know, where we just didn't get the ball. And we got to do a better job of getting turnovers.
So they try a 49-yard field goal by Godfrey, basically to end that first half. He misses it, so you go in at the break, 14-9, feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and he had plenty of leg on that field goal
Yeah.
too, let me tell you. But he just shanked it a little bit, pulled it a little bit right, and you know, we thought we were. As many opportunities we thought we missed the first half, we thought we would come back and capitalize on some of those in the second half.
Again, that score 14-9 at the break, and you had to feel good, but the guys, I mean, that was a tough first half of football.
Very, very physical. It got very humid and hot.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing how the temperature changed from the beginning of the game to during the game. And I don't know if you saw during the game, we had a lot of guys cramp up and come out for a couple plays, and that hurts your momentum as we go along.
So the Govs do have the lead at the break, and it has been a struggle with the running game, but the combination was there between Jake Ryan and Devin Stark.
It was, and the other thing I thought Jake did is we went along, he started finding other receivers, and that's what makes your passing game even more, that we can locate and find other receivers that are open and execute that part of our passing game.
So a couple of big touchdowns in the first half from Ryan to Stark. Devin had a huge day, 9 big catches, and none greater than that big-time one-handed grab that he had there in the end zone. So 2 touchdown strikes, Ryan to Stark. TSU misses a field goal right at the end of the half. They also missed that PAT. So the Govs go in at the break 14-9 against TSU in their return game to the hole. We've got second half highlights coming up, but when we come back, we'll have our weekly Hall of Fame segment. And this week we'll take a look at Ashley Haynes, former Lady Gov basketball player. We'll do that when we come back here on Gov's Insider.
Psychiatric Consultants of Tennessee, providing the Fort Campbell, Clarksville area with comprehensive, compassionate, and professional care. We provide medication management and counseling for all ages. At Psychiatric Consultants, most major insurance is accepted, including Medicare, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and TRICARE. Psychiatric Consultants of Tennessee. Call 931-221-9990.
This is where Vincent got the chance to cross the pond so he could study universal healthcare in London, where Chris conducted amphibian research that helped him land a research assistantship tracking threatened toads through Yosemite National Park, where Claire studied breast cancer cells and built the resume required to earn a genetics research internship at Germany's internationally renowned Max Planck Institute. This is Austin Peay State University. More opportunities here, more opportunities out there.
Was your budget ready for the rising gas prices? Was your car fuel efficient? Don't let unpredictable utility rates catch you off guard. Gas and electric rates have increased over 25% in the last 5 years. Will you be ready for the next increase?
Dawson Heating and Cooling knows energy prices are unpredictable. Count on Lennox products from Dawson and Save. Dawson, where quality matters since 1972. Get up to $13.75 in rebates or special financing.
Hi, this is Peg at Herb Hayes Furniture in Hopkinsville. Here are some great reasons to come and shop with us. Since 1961, we've been helping people make better selections, get better prices, get just exactly what you need, and then we'll deliver it. We promise you get the best service, and we always have great things to look at when you come here. If you don't see something in our showroom floors, well, we have lots of ways to special order, so we look forward to helping you with your new home furnishings at Herb Hayes Furniture in Hopkinsville.
And welcome back. Time for our weekly Hall of Fame segment. It's brought to you by Herb Hayes Furniture in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Stop by and see them today across the state line there. You can shop online at hayesfurniture.com. This week's segment, Hall of Fame inductee, one of our new inductees from this past year, Ashley Haynes, former Lady Gov. Let's take a look at that Hall of Fame video now.
As a freshman, she joined a veteran Lady Gov team in search of their third consecutive trip to the NCAA tournament, and Haynes fit in immediately. Haynes started all 31 games in her freshman campaign, averaging 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals per game, while being named to the OVC's all-freshman team. She finished the season ranked among the OVC's top 10 in 7 statistical categories. Haynes averaged 12 points and 7 rebounds as Austin Peay claimed their third consecutive OVC tournament title. In the NCAA tournament, she scored 11 points and grabbed 8 rebounds in the Lady Gov's near upset of third-seeded North Carolina. By the end of her first season, Haynes had made quite an impression on the outgoing seniors because of her team-first attitude.
She had 1 or 2 30-point games toward the end of my senior year, toward the end of her freshman year. I think she had a 30-point game on senior night, and that just, I mean, she could take over a game at any minute, but she was so unselfish that she did, you know, she probably could have scored more, but she was so unselfish she would rather get her teammates involved.
As a sophomore in the 03-04 season, Ashley Haynes knew she had to step up into more of a leadership role if the Lady Govs were to make their 4th straight trip to the big dance, and she more than delivered. The first-team All-OVC selection averaged 11 points per game, led her team and was second overall in rebounding in the OVC at 9 per game, and was the team co-leader with 3 assists per contest. Haynes started 30 games and ranked in the OVC's top 10 in 8 different statistical categories. She led the Lady Govs to their 2nd straight OVC regular season title with a 14-2 record, and their 4th straight OVC tournament title. Austin Peay made their 4th consecutive trip to the NCAA tournament, where they lost to LSU in the first round. As a junior in the 04-05 season, Ashley Haynes started 27 games, averaging 11 points per game while leading the Lady Govs in rebounding at 8 per game and steals with 52. She was named to the All-OVC second team and joined the prestigious 1,000-point club. As a senior in the 05-06 season, Haynes would write her name in the Austin Peay record books. She set the single-season rebounding mark with 374 and the single-season rebounding average at 13 per game. Haynes also set the single-season minutes played mark by averaging 38 minutes per contest. She averaged 16 points per game and was named to the All-OVC first team for the second time. In the final game of her career, Haynes grabbed a school record 22 rebounds and scored 23 points in a loss to Morehead State in the OVC tournament. She also received the OVC Academic Medal of Honor in 2006.
Ashley had a tremendous career here, and even after we left, Paige and I helped to build this program, and with players like Ashley, she helped to carry on that tradition. So competitive. She just really wanted what was best for the team, what was best for the program, and she is so deserving of this. I'm so proud of her, so happy for her.
After graduation, Ashley Haynes continued her basketball career overseas and played on 3 championship teams in the Finnish Women's Basketball First Division League. She also spent 1 season on the Lady Govs bench during the 2010-11 season as a graduate assistant coach. Ashley Haynes' 4-year career ranks as one of the best in Lady Govs basketball history and has earned her the right to be inducted into the Austin Peay Athletics Hall of Fame.
Psychiatric Consultants of Tennessee, providing the Fort Campbell, Clarksville area with comprehensive, compassionate, and professional care. We provide medication management and counseling for all ages. At Psychiatric Consultants, most major insurance is accepted, including Medicare, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and TRICARE. Psychiatric Consultants of Tennessee. Call 931-221-9990.
Was your budget ready for the rising gas prices? Was your car fuel efficient? Don't let unpredictable utility rates catch you off guard. Gas and electric rates have increased over 25% in the last 5 years. Will you be ready for the next increase?
Dawson Heating and Cooling knows energy prices are unpredictable. Count on Lennox products from Dawson and save. Dawson, where quality matters since 1972. Get up to $13.75 in rebates or special financing.
You'll find Austin Peay situated in the heart of Clarksville, Tennessee. But our reach goes far beyond our main campus. From our programs in Dixon and Springfield, to our satellite campus at Fort Campbell, to online programs students can complete from anywhere in the world, we're committed to providing higher education to every career shifter, ladder climber, military service member, graduate student, and traditional college student who desires the opportunity. Austin Peay State University. More opportunities here, more opportunities out there.
Hi, this is Peg at Herb Hayes Furniture in Hopkinsville, and we're in our mattress department. When you're buying a new mattress, it can be really confusing because you're buying an upholstered box and you really might not know what's in there or how to make a good judgment on that. Come in and we'll custom fit you for a new mattress. We'll help you find what's comfortable and a great value at the right price. Plus, we'll dispose of your old bedding when we bring your new set. And when you shop with us, we'll take the mystery out of mattress buying. And thanks for shopping Herb Hayes Furniture.
And welcome back to Gov's Insider. Austin Peay, Tennessee State, the matchup this past Saturday. And when we last were looking at highlights in that first segment, it was a 14-9 first half lead for Austin Peay. They took into the break. And again, you felt pretty good. You had established your passing game against, they got a couple of good corners in Stephen Godbolt for one. But Devin Stark just came out of man-possessed.
He did. He played well, caught the ball well in his hands. And the great thing about him is his yak, his yards after catch. I mean, or contact. I mean, he does a great job at it because he's a strong guy. And, we felt like coming out 14-9, getting the ball in the second half, that we had some opportunities to go down and really put some pressure on them. But I got to give credit to them. They did a good job in the second half.
Let's take a look now at the highlights of the second half from Tennessee State, Austin Peay this past Saturday. In the hole, we open up, and Travis Ward did not have a big day. You held him to 49 yards, but he gets the 2-yard touchdown here. They jump on top here in the second half.
They did. They rushed and got the ball in the end zone and took advantage of our short corner.
They end up having to go for 2 because of the missed PAT, and they get it here, so they take a 17-14 lead.
We had a misalignment and missed the coverage, and that hurt us.
This was a big play. Ernest Smith gets a stop on 4th down, had you on a short field. Things look pretty good there, but you went 3 and out.
We did. We went 3 and out, and that hurt us right there. And they changed it right there with the touchdown pass.
They hit the fullback. TSU goes up 24-14. Here you drive it deep. There's penalties involved. May have been a sack on this series, but you end up with a 41-yard field goal that's no good.
And we just missed it wide right. I mean, he hit it good, just didn't make it.
You get a stop here, force them into another long field goal, but this time Godfrey bangs it home 39 yards out. They go up 27-14.
Which was a big play in the game because they answered ours right away with the score.
Godbolt gets the pick here of Jake Ryan. He goes back to Stark in the corner of the end zone, but that was another drive that came up empty.
Guy made a great play in the corner of the end zone.
Here's the final score. A couple of great blocks on the play to spring A.C. Leonard, and he scores, and 34-14 ends up being the final count in the ballgame. Just looking at a couple of notes, and we've talked about it off air, but 10 penalties for 120 yards, and we talked about during the game up in the press box as the flags just kept flying. They weren't nickel and dimers. These were 15-yard penalties.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. I mean, we can't do that in a game, and especially when it's a good, hard, tough game. You can't make those mistakes, and the reflection goes back to the guys that are pulling the trigger, and that's me. And we got to do a better job of getting our kids disciplined, understanding what they got to do on the field.
Devin Stark had a huge day, 9 catches, 124 yards, and a couple of scores in the game. So I guess you always take positives out of a game. It was a tough physical game and a loss, which you never want, but it looks like the passing game now is beginning to click a bit.
We did. We did some nice things in the passing game. Protection was good. We got to continue to run the football, and they were trying to stop the run, like you said, just as we were. And what you got to do is you got to be able to execute other things in your offensive game plan to get that done. And we did to a degree, but we just didn't take advantage of enough of them.
Tough emotional game with Tennessee State. You got to jump back up and get back up on the horse, as they say. You finally got a home game, but you got a very good Martin team coming in.
They are. They're really physical. They beat Memphis, an FBS school down at Memphis. They run really well. Jason does a great job of executing on offense. We just got to get back to knitting, as they say, keep chopping wood and see what happens when we get out there on Saturday.
All right, we're going to have a preview of that game coming up as the Skyhawks come in 2-1, and the Govs looking for that first win. It is the home opener, 6 o'clock at Gov Stadium, so we want you to get out there. It's going to be a big one as the Govs try to get a win against UT Martin. Again, it's a Sergeant York Trophy game with both of these schools vying for that trophy this year. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll preview the matchup this Saturday as we continue on with more of Gov's Insider.
Psychiatric Consultants of Tennessee, providing the Fort Campbell, Clarksville area with comprehensive, compassionate, and professional care. We provide medication management and counseling for all ages. At Psychiatric Consultants, most major insurance is accepted, including Medicare, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and TRICARE. Psychiatric Consultants of Tennessee. Call 931-221-9990.
You can only learn so much from listening to lecture. That's why our professors invite students to work with them outside the classroom. From finding solutions to biofuel problems that limit green energy potential, to developing a mobile app that lets first responders use cell phones to document the damage of disasters, to curating art shows with world-class creatives who share their New York know-how in the classroom and in the Big Apple. Our students enjoy the kinds of opportunities here that lead to more opportunities out there. Austin Peay State University.
One of the things that I really like to do is when people come in and they're looking for a particular product, we can take fabric and put it on a certain frame and do a custom look. Our sales staff is all very well educated in helping you put certain fabrics on certain frames. I really enjoy this. I like to work with people that kind of think outside of the box. Please come by Herb Hayes Furniture, 2519 Fort Campbell Boulevard, or Hopkinsville.
Was your budget ready for the rising gas prices? Was your car fuel efficient? Don't let unpredictable utility rates catch you off guard. Gas and electric rates have increased over 25% in the last 5 years. Will you be ready for the next increase?
Dawson Heating and Cooling knows energy prices are unpredictable. Count on Lennox products from Dawson and Sade. Dawson, where quality matters since 1972. Get up to $13.75 in rebates or special financing.
Welcome back to Gov's Insider. It's Austin Peay, Tennessee Martin coming up Saturday. It's the home opener, and Coach, you know, we talked about it last week. If you could get through those first 3 games, 5 of your last 8 are at home. So finally, you get to play at Gov Stadium.
We get to play at Gov Stadium, and but it never lightens up.
Yeah.
Barry, I mean, you know, UT Martin is really a good football team, and you keep playing physical football, and they do play a physical football style. So we got to get ready to play again this Saturday.
In the last 4 meetings, the Skyhawks have been able to get that win against your club. They come in 2-1. You want to stop their running game. They've had different people in their backfield this year that have come up with some big days, but quarterback Derek Carr is a good one too.
He is. He's a very, I want to say he throws the ball around. He knows where to go with the ball. There's not a lot of things that he hasn't seen. He knows to go to the right people in the right place, the right time. So we got to do a good job of making sure that he has some different looks and try to get some pressure on him. We haven't been able to get pressure on him in the last couple of years.
Skyhawks, as we mentioned in the show, they're 2-1. They have a win over Memphis, an FBS opponent, as Coach mentioned. They also won over Southeastern Louisiana in their home opener. They're only lost to Northern Illinois, so Coach Simpson's got a good ball club.
He does, and they're very strong up front defensively. They got three really good players defensively, and they can run well behind it. So we got to do a good job, and it goes back to the same things, Barry, every week. We can't turn the ball over. We got to execute offensively, and we got to play disciplined football, and you hit it on the nail. We got to be able to stop the run and try to get some pressure on them in the passing game.
So the Skyhawks will come in, and but it's got to feel good. It's going to give you that boost being back home because you need it after these 3 tough ones.
It is. I think the kids are kind of looking forward to it, just to stay around here and to have a home crowd. And you know, believe me, we travel well, and it was a good crowd down there at Tennessee State. And hopefully we'll come out and be a little bit better and improve and do some things better and just put a good showing on.
So the Govs and the Skyhawks will play Saturday night, 6 o'clock is the kickoff time. And again, that telecast will be available on the P Nation Sports Television Network. In fact, there's a busy weekend coming up. We have volleyball coverage, Austin Peay taking on Jacksonville State on Friday night at 7. At 2 o'clock Saturday, prior to the football game, we'll have telecast coverage of the volleyball match with Tennessee Tech. And we wrap up a busy weekend with soccer on Sunday as Austin Peay hosts Murray State at 2 o'clock. It's going to be a busy weekend, so keep it right here on the P Nation Sports Television Network. And we'll see you next week here on Gov's Insider. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Gov's Insider. I'm Barry Gresham, along with the head coach of the football Govs, Coach Rick Christoffel, and we welcome you in this week. Austin Peay played in Nashville at Tennessee State this past Saturday. The return to the whole game, playing in the old stadium, and it was a battle.
It was a battle. It was very physical. It was a great venue to play in.
And the Govs come out on the short end after leading at the break 14-9. The final count ended up being 34-14. But as we've commented since that day and up in the press box during the game, you get that type of rivalry game, that type of emotion. They're returning to their old stadium, huge crowd there. It really gets physical and emotional, and it was that type of game.
It was very physical and very emotional. We didn't handle the emotional part of it very good. I thought physically we played okay, but emotionally, you know, it starts from the top, and we got to do a better job of handling that part of the game.
Yeah, a big day for penalties on both teams. Each team penalized 10 times, and